very easy actually. A bit too easy. That's how we like it.
Some have come from Germany, and this one's come from Finland, from all. So while people are bringing out their water, we want everyone else to sing. So we make just put a little bit in, not the whole lot. Whichever bowl you choose. So put it into whatever bowl you choose.
I'll leave it to it. It obviously doesn't want to be picked up. Mushrooms, they're medicinal mushrooms.
Really?
So we grow lots of really.
Todos somos de este planeta y como humanos, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Surcando la vida, un campesino labrando la tierra, mientras hay en la montaña un viejo puma rugirá. Así es mi tierra querida, un paraíso total.
Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh.
Hello and welcome. As you can see from those few little clips that I've captured, I went to a spiritual festival. It was called Medicine Festival, and I would go as far as to say that it's changed my life. It has been the most transformational 4 days of the entirety of my life. I've hardly recorded anything because it's classed as sacred grounds, and when you're in any of the events, workshops, ceremonies, anywhere really at all, you're not allowed to record anything, because it literally got to the point throughout one of the ceremonies that was on where they stopped the whole ceremony and told the person to stop recording because it removes the energy that they're trying to build and the oneness with nature and the connectedness. And I completely agree. So as you can imagine, 4 days without a mobile phone, you get time throughout that to truly experience severing yourself from technology. And that was something in itself, to be honest, excluding the ceremony, just severing yourself from technology for 4 days just does a wonder of good for you anyway. One of my biggest struggles throughout life, and especially in the more recent part of my life because I'm more aware of what's going on inside and outside, but one of my weaknesses is being truly open to people that I'm unfamiliar with. As soon as you're my friend and I get to know you, then you get the full shebang. But until then, I'm quite introverted, so this was like the biggest pushing of the comfort zone that I've ever done. There's a whole energy and there's a whole feel where as soon as you get to the festival, and there's no boundaries, there's no judgment, there's no observation. You can just be whoever you want to be and do whatever you want to do, and nobody's watching. You could lay down on the ground, which I did multiple times. You can meditate wherever you want. You can stretch wherever you want. There's no boundaries. You can wear what you want, look like what you want, and nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. People are walking around naked and there's nobody looking. You're not looking thinking, oh, they're naked. They're just there. It's just part of the experience. And once you, as a community, reach that level of openness and that oneness as a group, and things and judgments and the way that people look and the way that they are seem to dissolve and no longer matter, there's just a whole energy and a whole spectrum of just joy, and you express yourself from your heart. You walk by people and they're smiling at you consistently. You walk by, they're touching you. You're giving people long embraces, and it's just it's a surreal experience, to be honest. I think that everybody should just try it for once in their life. There's some things which you do there and it's very strange. Some of the things you see and experience is very strange, and I'm not going to deny that, but there's parts of it which are truly transformational and truly root you in who you are and open your heart up. So as I say, my weakness is being open around people I'm uncertain of. And that for me, it's so contradictory of who I am. And when you do group meditations, and then you're talking to a group, there might be I did one talk where there was 8 people surrounded, complete strangers, listening to what I have to say, and I was shaking. I was so nervous, shaking, but nobody cared. And it's only afterwards you think, what was I so scared of? Why am I so nervous? So it's something that I'm working on. People are naturally able to just do that, and I'm just not one of these people. But it's something that I'm trying to get better at, and that experience as a whole, I feel as though I feel changed. I feel open. I feel like I have more care for everything that exists, and I felt like I was already doing really well with that. I've gone through so many changes in my life, which has got me to where I am, and you always think that you're doing the best that you can be doing until something comes along, and it's these sorts of experiences which it's like I did another layer to my conscious mind, another one, and I didn't think. I'm doing so many things to add layers, and something that you didn't, it's a whole other side of me which I just didn't even know existed, and it's a whole nother layer. So I now feel more loving towards everything. I'm in love with life. I'm in love with everything that I put my consciousness into. Whatever it is, I'm just feel in complete love from the heart. And it's just, I know it sounds so crazy, but you need to experience it to truly understand what I mean. You do so many different workshops, which I'm going to make another video going further into depth surrounding my experiences there, because it'd just be an endlessly long video in this one. That didn't really make sense, but I think you understood the point. I don't know if this is just the way that my brain works, but it may relate to you as well. But as you're going through your life, and any experiences, especially the intense ones which are forcing you into the present moment, you're trying to compartmentalize what's going on, and that requires lots of the thinking mind so that you can understand, group, label things. And I'm good at doing that. I would say that's one of my strong points. So I understand what I'm doing in my life, and I've got a pretty good grasp of that, usually. But I went through the experiences, through the whole 4 days. I got to a point where I'd lost my head. What the word that we use is life. The life was so far behind what I was experiencing, and the jumps that I was going through emotionally, and the feelings that I was having, and the person that I was becoming throughout 4 days. I felt like I changed massively, and my life was so far behind what was physically going on. I was hyper invested in the present moment. I'm usually very good at that because it's something that I'm passionate at pursuing, but I was there was more investment in the present moment than I've ever had before, and I thought I was investing the entirety of my consciousness into it previously, but there is still room for more. So I feel like there's a whole other side to me now. Rather than keeping on to that inner resistance in social situations, you hold on to resistance because you think, you know, people are looking at you and people are judging and observing what you're saying or you're doing. But I'm still going to struggle with this, but I feel like I've made some significant jumps at letting go of that inner resistance and being more open from the heart, which is something that is, as I say, one of my biggest weaknesses. And the Medicine Festival has just helped me reconnect with my heart. I just feel so fortunate and so appreciative of everything in life at the moment that I can't really put it into words and explain it to anybody, because you have to experience what I'm feeling for yourself. And no matter how hard I try, I don't think anyone would ever understand how it feels for me. But I just feel so grateful to be having the experiences that I'm having, to be in the position that I am, and to be Matthew Bebb. I feel so appreciative of everything. So medicine has taught me to open myself up from the heart, and rather than seeing my vulnerable side as a weakness, seeing it as something that makes me more powerful. And that transformation has changed the way that I perceive the world, and I'm forever going through these changes where I'm learning and developing who I am, and for that I'm endlessly grateful. If you have spent any of your time watching this video, and you've got to this point now especially, I just want to say that I appreciate you. I'm going to wrap the video up there. So as I said earlier, and I touched on it, I'm going to make another video, I think, surrounding my experiences at Medicine Festival, because I did go through quite a lot of very sensitive and personal transformations. So I may do a video talking about those, I may not, I'll see how I feel. But I'm going to wrap that up there. I appreciate you and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace. The video has ended, but look what's just arrived. A brand new guitar, baby.